She was a small town, best in show, all around beauty queen. A straight 10 out of 10 off the cover of a Hollywood magazine. Yeah, and this broke down backwoods country boy just hit the lottery. When I asked her out for Friday night, she said yes. So I rang her bell, I was nervous as hell for our first date. And I anxiously opened the passenger side of my Chevrolet. Asked if she wouldn't mind to go for a drive up to Lover's Lane. She said, that's just fine, but you and I are riding just as friends. Yeah, so I leaned in for a kiss right away. She said, hold up, cowboy, better pump your brakes. You're gonna have to earn this, but I promise you, I'm worth the wait. And I said, okay, so we held hands under the stars, talked about our hometown, matters of the heart, who we want to be. Yeah, when we grew up, our favorite color, and our top 10 songs. Then we turned up the radio, played Name That Tune, sipped on cheap whiskey, howled at the moon. It was perfect, it was beautiful, it was more than enough. Yeah, and the best was yet to come. Yeah, the years were tough, but we scraped up enough for a house on the hill. A little girl on the way, working minimum wage, and a countertop of unpaid bills. We didn't have a whole lot, but what you and I got, most folks say they don't. Yeah, we had each other's backs, and when it comes to all that, you and I, we never go broke. We got a notice for shutting off the power today. There's still 5 more shifts till we get paid. We made a promise up on Lover's Lane that we'd stay together and we would be okay. So we held hands, looked up at the stars, got down on our knees, said a prayer in the dark, held our little girl, and we crossed our hearts and promised each other that we hit our mark. Then I picked up my guitar, played Name That Tune, sipped on sweet tea, gazed at the moon. It was perfect, it was beautiful, it was more than enough, and the best was yet to come. We raised 3 amazing kids who were all grown up. I still drive their mama up to Lover's Lane, I just can't get enough. Yeah, we held hands under the stars, reminisced about our lives, where we are. We're so thankful that we followed our hearts and God was listening that night in the dark. Cause I knew on that first day 50 years ago that I found my soulmate and we'd grow old. It was perfect, it was beautiful, it was more than enough, and the best was still yet to come. That the best was still yet to come. That the best is still yet to come.
The Kinsman, you're almost wearing the exact same thing as me tonight.
Am I wearing the same thing? I got the memo that we had to wear something snazzy for our guests.
We almost wear the same thing.
Yeah, well,
100 shows. 100 shows, 1 wardrobe, you and I. Right? Okay, so big show tonight. This Eric Johnston, he's a pretty awesome comedian dude, and he's going to be in Timmins this Friday.
That's right. 9 o'clock at Club 147. He's going to be there, and tickets on sale for $20. But if you use the hashtag Eric Johnston, hashtag Eric Johnston, you have a chance to win 2 tickets tonight.
Yeah.
Or we're going to put you on the guest list.
Yeah, well, you get it. You get in free at the end of the day.
You're gonna have a free night to go watch Eric Johnston, and if you haven't seen what he's doing, it's the Run with the Bulls comedy tour in both the U.S. and Canada. And again, he's here on Friday night, so it's a must see.
And you know the golden rule every time we have a comedian on this show, right? You're always laughing at all their jokes and none of mine. So you don't be hurting my feelings tonight, Kinsman.
I won't be hurting your feelings, no.
Oh, yeah, I bet you will. Okay, so you know what? Let's bring Eric on, and we'll pop up the rest of the comments. Are you ready or what?
Let's chat with the funny man himself. Yeah, from Hamilton.
There he is. How's it going, Eric?
Hello, gentlemen.
How you doing there, Eric?
That country music got me so hyped up, I went and grabbed a beer.
Good man. That's right.
I didn't know if it was barbecue stain on my Watt t-shirt or what, but I mean, I just had a black shirt on, so I figured I needed a beer. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen,
it's Timmins. You can't do anything without a beer.
That's how we solve all our problems over here. Are you looking at the weather app and then you're looking at the snow in Timmins? You're like, yeah, maybe I'll postpone to May.
You know what? I would never turn my back on Timmins, the city of gold. I love Timmins, and I mean, I may die on the way, so the show may not happen. Just kidding, it won't. I'm knock on my wooden desk. But yeah, you know what? I'm excited to get there. Listen, I drove home from Vancouver in 3.5 days once and made it onto the morning news here in Hamilton. So I'm no stranger to a long drive. I'm no stranger to a dangerous drive. But I got all-wheel drive. I got winter tires. I got the brand new 2021 Kia Sorento that has self-driving mode. It's a car that I can't afford, but I have it. It's got cognac interior. It matches my vibes. And it has self-driving mode. So, I mean, if I go off the road, it's the car's fault, not mine. You know what I mean? Right. So
there we are. Are they breaking out the red carpet for you here, putting you at the finest motel?
I believe I'm staying with my buddy Johnny Cayenne, the guy who was still in the working class there in Timmins. He's a good friend of mine. So I'm going to be sleeping on his couch. So you guys got to remember, I'm a Canadian entertainer. Right. So, but this here's the thing. I'm a celebrity in Timmins. It's easy to sell out a show when you're the only thing happening in the town. You know what I mean? So I'm kidding. I am so excited to get there. Last time I was there doing the Timmins Comedy Festival, and they put me at the big, the beautiful hotel there. I'm being serious. The Hilton or whatever it was. The one that has the moose in front of it and the Boston pizza. I thought it was a real Hilton. There it is. Exactly. Right. I stayed there.
Pizza there. Yeah.
That's the thing. Well, you're going to Timmins and you're like, I'm staying at the hotel. They're like, oh yeah, down by the Boston Pizza there. If a Boston Pizza is your point of reference,
yes, it is.
You're in Timmins.
You're in Timmins. But honestly, I've been to Timmins, 3 or 4 times now, either working with the Timmins Comedy Festival or working at the working class, and now I'm coming back to do 147. The shows are getting bigger, so we need bigger spaces. So that's exactly what we're doing here this Friday, Club 147.
I guess it's simply put, like, how depressing was it for a comedian the last couple of years? I know you can do online stuff, and listen, we have run an online show, but that's nothing like being in front of people. That's a long road the last 2 years, right?
Yeah, well, no kidding. I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, I built this comedy club in my basement, in my mom's basement, next to where we keep the extra paper towels. So those are over there. But I built this comedy club, and I was doing comedy shows all over North America, zooming in. But yeah, like you said, there's nothing like that live show, that live experience. And I did a couple of them throughout the pandemic. I mean, some of the comedy clubs opened at 50% capacity there for a bit, and I did like 27 of them in a row. Because I just needed to get back on the road, and 27 nights in a row rather, and then I did something called the Eric Johnston Campfire Comedy Tour, where I toured around people's backyards. People were having house parties all over Ontario, and I was like, you know what, I'll come to you. So I would bring a backdrop and a speaker and a mic stand, a stool, 2 opening acts, and I would run a full 90-minute comedy show in people's backyards. And then after the show, it would just turn into the world's biggest house party. So it was great.
You end up sleeping on their couch. Is that part of the deal too?
Hey, when I was single, I ended up sleeping in a couple other different places when I was out there.
There we go.
You know, sometimes it's the car, sometimes it's someone else's car.
Canadian entertainer.
Hey, I usually get paid in chicken wings, so anything's good. No, no, you know what? That was the start of my career, getting paid in chicken wings. But 11 years in the game now, and even with the last two, the last two of the pandemic, I've still found ways to work. So I'm just so excited to get back to work. And actually, I'm starting a 3-month tour, and the first night of the tour is this Friday. The first show is in Timmins.
This is the actual kickstart of Running with the Bulls comedy tour.
Yes, the Run with the Bull comedy tour. Yeah, I'm going from. I literally start from Timmins. I do Timmins, then Sudbury, then I'm in Bracebridge, and then I come home for a couple days, and I go to Chicago. I've got eight shows and 4 nights in Chicago. Then I come back, and then I'm doing some local shows: Dundas, Hamilton, Kitchener, Waterloo, Paris, Ontario, the bad Paris, not the good Paris. And then I take off. I go to New Jersey, in New York, Long Island. Then I come back, and then I go out east to Halifax, Charlottetown, Moncton, Dartmouth, New Glasgow, Cape Breton. So this is the first show of the tours. That's why I'm so excited.
I really want to see video from this Chicago show, because guaranteed, there's going to be a couple. Hey, you won't believe a couple of weeks ago where they dropped me and guy.
Well, you know what? A big part of my career lives in Northern Ontario, and another big part of my career lives in Chicago. Before the pandemic hit, I did 7 sold-out shows at the Laugh Factory in Chicago. My press kit video that I send, the 12 minutes where people are like, can I see some footage? That's from Chicago. I came home on March 15th, 2020, and March 17th, 2020, the border closed. So that was it for me in Chicago. So I'm going back.
You talk about your dad a lot. Folks don't know his dad is Bullwhip Johnston, a revered professional wrestler. Toured all over the world, Japan. I think he did a stint in WCW, right?
Yeah, my dad was in Starrcade 90 for the WCW, then worked a bunch of house shows in the WCW era of the 90s in Buffalo and Rochester. And my dad's he still is in the Canadian Canadian Wrestling Hall of Fame. My dad toured all over the world. He lived in the Caribbean. He lived in Japan. And my dad was this, celebrity. And my dad wasn't Macho Man, you know what I mean? He wasn't Hulk Hogan, but my dad was a highly respected, Canadian professional wrestler. Unfortunately, my dad passed away in 2003, but that's why I keep his name alive. My dad was Bullwhip Johnston. Yeah. All my branding is Bull. I have a little bull whip in my logo. It's the Run with the Bull comedy tour. I keep the bull alive, and it's a double entendre because it's a different kind of bull too. Sometimes when you're telling jokes. So there you go.
Your dad was in the ring with Jerry Lawler. So that's pretty, and your grandfather was a wrestler, right?
Yeah. My grandfather was the original Bull, Bull Johnson. And he was also the Mongol. And this is we're talking Maple Leaf wrestling in the 50s and 60s with
back at Maple Leaf Gardens, way back in the day.
Yeah. Exactly. And you know what? And both my dad and my grandfather toured a ton in Northern Ontario. And my dad said, my dad did all these interviews, like this, but not like this because it was the 90s. But it was how did you become so successful? And my dad said, I always went to the towns that none of the other wrestlers would go to. And that's kind of the idea of my career. Like I did a show in Climax, Saskatchewan, which is the sister city of Dildo, Newfoundland, and the population of the town is 150. And I sold 130 tickets to the town hall. The whole town was there. The mayor, the chief of police, the chief of fire. It's all the same guy, but he was there, and it was a fantastic show.
There, yeah. Well, Timmins is looking huge now, but I got a question. Obviously, you're very close to your dad, but I'm thinking as a kid, must have been a couple of ass whoopings that came down the line, right?
Well, the thing about when my dad hit us, because he was a professional wrestler, he didn't really hit us. You know what I mean? He never made he never made contact. It's all fake. It's all a work. No, but you know what? My dad was a gentle giant. My dad wouldn't even kill spiders in the house. Okay. But I did have a crazy childhood. I had the bushwhackers swimming in my pool when I was a kid, and I had these these pictures. I took a lot of pictures of my dad's friend Randy, and I've since found those pictures. It was Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, isn't that how cool is that?
Yeah,
right?
I mean, and I look back, I'm like the young Rock, and then and I kind of take that experience of my dad being the entertainer and the passion for the arts and show business that he bred into me, and I go on the road as a stand-up comic, and I don't have to take any of the bumps. I don't have any bruises at the end of the show. I got a sore ass from driving to Timmins 8 hours, but other than that, I'm fine.
Right. Do you think, like, to think of your road, like, as a comedian, are people born funny, or do people learn how to be funny?
That's a good question. I've never been asked that question. I think, I think you're born with a certain amount of talent, and I think if you express it at a young age and your parents embrace it, then it'll just grow. My dad being the entertainer, I was doing impressions and tap dance and stuff as a 4 or 5 year old kid. And it was funny when you hear the things like, oh, you have company over, and the parents go, well, come do the thing for company. I would have a thing to do. I'd be doing stand up. I'd be doing impressions. I'd have a top hat on and kicking and dancing. So
always performing.
That's what I mean, right?
Were they paying you when you were doing these?
I mean, I lived there room and board for free. I mean, I still live here. I must have been good. I haven't been kicked out yet. So it was just bred into me, and it was embraced. And that even through elementary school, I was the class clown, but I was actually funny. So the teachers didn't mind, right. And then I got into theater and dance and musical theater and acting for film and television. And then once I found stand up, I was like, ooh, this is my thing, and it's been 11 years nonstop. I've been on tour. I've basically been on tour for 11 years. So it's been crazy.
11 years and, getting your inspiration, growing up in Hamilton and most people playing road hockey, you're inside glued to, watching your favorite comics on television. Is that how you got the itch to become a comedian?
Well, yeah, again, back to my dad. It's clearly my dad is an influence, but my dad was an actor as well as a wrestler, and he was a day player on a TV show called Bizarre in the 1970s with John Biner. And it was the first show that ever had Super Dave Osborne on it. And it was filmed in Toronto. And my dad got into a number of sketches in that as an actor. And so my dad was obsessed with comedy and vintage comedy and stuff. So the Comedy Network, my dad found out that Channel 44, the first ever comedy network in Canada, they were airing old episodes of Bizarre. So my dad, being the egomaniac entertainer that he was like, we're only watching 44 because you might see me. And we would have comedy on all day, and the original Comedy Club 54s, the original JFLs, the original, like, Dean Martin celebrity roasts. I was watching that every day. So I was just kind of imprinting the rhythm and pacing of timing of comedy, in my brain before I even started doing so. So when I started doing comedy, I'm like, I know what this sounds like. I know what this looks like. So yeah, that's kind of, and then 11 years later, I'm coming to Timmins on Friday. So there you go.
You're doing it. Everything leads to the road to Timmins. Now, we talk with a lot of musicians, and musicians around here are always being invited around the campfire because they're going to sing. Do you get the calls from your close friends? Hey, listen, Eric, I had a bad day. The wife stressed me out. Give me a 20-minute routine to pick me up.
They know better than that. No, here's the thing. I'll be funny like this. We can riff, and I can tell stories. I can tell stories about, drinking in Los Angeles, or the wrestlers I've hung out with and stuff, and be inherently very funny. But when someone's like, do your act, I'm like, come to a show. Tickets are $20. They're available at Casa Bliss Cannabis in 147. You know what I mean? Because there's a certain art. It's like wrestling, even though there is backyard wrestling, you know what I mean? You can't just break into a wrestling match. It's got to be at the event with the ring and the referee and stuff. It's part of the show. That being said, I will riff and joke around with people all the time. That's my favorite thing to do. So
people probably want you to roast their friends, but seeing a lot of the reviews online, you're an edgy comedian, but you don't take it too far. You're as they call one of the cleaner comics out there, that you try to put life bits into your show, and that's your shtick.
Well, you gentlemen certainly have done your research. No, I'm serious. You know what? I'm a high energy storyteller. Yeah. I'm not too dirty. Like, I swear. I feel like as a Canadian, I can't tell a story without swearing. So I have that element, but I don't go too dark. I don't go the too sex, drugs, rock and roll route. I mean, I do it. I just don't talk about it on stage. And so it is kind of the world. Not that I'm clean, because I'm by no means clean. I mean, my opening bit's about how my mom's an alcoholic. You know what I mean? So, and she's not actually, but that's one of the punchlines, right? And people go, whoa, I thought this was a clean show. It is, but it's not dirty, sexual dirty or drug paraphernalia.
A cleaner raunchy.
There you go. You should be my press release guy.
There you go.
He should be our press release. You should be working on our press release. Never mind, Eric's there, kids. Do you think people are going to be tired of COVID jokes, or they want more? Is that the C word just like we?
Yeah, I don't do any, so don't even worry about it. I just listen. I believe that a comedy club is a place where people go to forget about the world. You can watch CP24 all day to be reminded about the world. I mean, the war in Russia and Ukraine right now, I was watching that before I came down here, and I was like, whoa, that sucks. Everyone's so concerned about wearing masks, but if World War III breaks out, we'll all be wearing gas masks. So maybe let's see the bigger picture here. So, you can live that life. And so there are some great political, visceral, make you think comics. I'm just not one of them. My show's a party. You know what I mean? I'm a storyteller. I describe my show as like that fun guy at the party. When I get to the party, everyone goes, Eric! That's what I've recreated on stage. And I'm like, you guys are going to believe what happened in my day. And that guy who just comes in, he's drinking the beer, he's having fun, he's yelling, he's kicking, he's dancing. That's what I do, just as a comedy show. So it makes perfect sense.
There he is, Kinsman. He's bringing that energy. He's going to put some smiles on faces.
Bring some smiles. And again, a little bit of normalcy. And, it goes from the online presence. Yes, it's great to do jokes online in front of peers, but to have the hecklers, is it different? Like when you're, doing an online show, Eric, is it different? Do you get the hecklers online as you do in a live show? Is that
no? Listen, I do. I'm watching the comments here, and everyone's very nice and Super Dave, great memories, all that stuff. And I love interaction, right? And I think. I think people, when they come to a show, especially a show with my style, they feel like they know me, because a big part of my social media presence, you get a big window into my life and my daily life, and my life with my mom and my my girlfriend and the things that my everyday experience. So people will come to the show kind of feeling like they know me, and they kind of feels like they have the permission to kind of talk to me while I'm doing my thing. You know what I mean? It's like you wouldn't have a conversation with a baseball player when he's up to bat. It's like, okay, well, hold on, we can talk after. I'm doing something right now, And so, but that being said, I never really get heckled. Actually, funny story, you set me up perfect for this. The only one time I was ever heckled, and it was hilarious, was in Timmins.
Oh, there it is.
I was working the working class, Johnny Cayenne spot, and I came on stage, and I was headlining, and I came on stage, and I was excited to be there, and blah, 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 blah. And at the start of the show, I mentioned that I'm from Hamilton. And some woman yells out, Hamilton, you guys have the worst groundwater samples in all of Ontario.
That's a Timmins.
And I went, what? And she goes, your groundwater is terrible. And I just couldn't get mad. That's a hilarious thing to say to a comedian. So I go, how do you know that? She goes, I'm a geothermal water scientist, and I did test in Hamilton, and it's just awful. She goes, but I will say that your drinking water is very clean because of the processes to clean the groundwater to the drinking water. And I went, okay, well, thank you. Can I do my show? So, and that was I get kind of those moments, but I'm kind of moving too quick up there. If you've seen any footage of me online, the show is like firing me out of a cannon. Yeah. So really, people don't have an opportunity to go, wait a minute, I disagree. Hold on. I'm already on to the next bit before they even have an idea to even realize that they're not happy. So it doesn't happen often. And I think people think I know how to fight. Like I'm a pretty jacked dude.
Take this guy. Look at the arms on this guy.
Son of a professional wrestler, right? I only do my upper body. I'm shaped like a slice of pizza. But I think people think I know how to fight. I don't at all. But, so they don't, mess with me. So I don't really get hecklers. So maybe don't. This is not a challenge to anyone who comes in the show on Friday. I will have you thrown out of that billiards club. So
just because we get heckled, Kinsman, doesn't mean Eric does. Come on.
No. And again, the Club 147 crowd, I don't think you're gonna have to deal with that type of crowd here in Timmins. And
people are too nice. People are too nice to heckle, especially in Timmins.
People are. What is better, like improvising comedy or storytelling comedy? You're a storyteller, so I may know where you're going.
Well, here's the thing. I am a storytelling comic. I teach improv as an art. Like I teach it to children, teenagers, and stuff. But I like having a set. I have a fixed set. Like I'm like a band, right? When I go on tour, I'm playing the same songs every night, just in different locations. It seems brand new to everybody. But I have a set list of things that I want to do. Exactly. Like when they're going to come in, the punchline here. I'm going to go to here to go to this one. Blah 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 blah. Great. But sometimes something will happen in the audience. Or something will happen in the room, or something will happen on the way into the room. Or I had a bucket of water fall from the ceiling once after a rainy day while I was on stage. I couldn't not talk about it.
Right, you have to address that. Yeah.
Exactly, right? So you gotta kind of work within that, but still, stick to the material. People are there for a show. They're not there for me to go, well, so what do you guys think is funny? They're not there for that. They're paying to see me. I respect that, so they're gonna get the show.
Right. And audiences change, but there's always a few the same. There's always the person like the don't pick me person, right? There's always the person that really laughs at everything. Those are the ones you want. Like you probably see similar audience in different areas that you go, even though you're in different cities, right?
Well, yeah, everyone, when they're getting sat into the showroom, they go, well, I don't sit me near the front because I don't want to get picked on. And if I'm within earshot, I go, don't worry about it. You're not that interesting. You know what I mean? Like I don't see, because I'm not a crowd work style comic. I'm a storytelling comic. I assure people that they're going to be fine. I'm not there to be like, what do you do? Screw you. I don't do that style of comedy. So, people are fine. There are the rambunctious type. There's the drinkers. There's the quiet type. There's the people who will surprise you. You didn't think they were going to be a certain way, and then they are. And I saw someone from Ottawa. I was doing a week right before the last in November, right before we went into this last lockdown. I was doing shows at the Absolute Comedy in Little Italy in Ottawa, and I think I did 9 sold out shows there. And some young woman was really excited, and she got so excited, and I don't know what she was drinking or smoking, but she stood up and started cheering on her feet, like, wow, yeah, wow, and then she fell onto the stage. And security had to kind of escort her off, but I couldn't be mad because my style of show is the fun guy. So if I get mad at someone having fun, then I'm contradicting my own style. So I have to be like, yeah, but you got to go, though, because security's coming to kick you out. But I'm happy that you're having a good time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you never know. Every show's different. Every audience is different. Everyone every night has a different background, sexuality, religion, ethnicity. They're all going to, come into one place and laugh. And that's the goal. I don't care where you're from. I don't care, what your beliefs are. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. If you're coming there to laugh, we're going to have a great time.
That's right.
Now, taking your going back to, when you get your big chance, because it's not too often you get the call saying, hey, you're going to be on Just for Laughs, you're going to be on Club 154. Those are the two main channels that I remember growing up and watching. When you make it to those channels, do you're like, okay, this is something I'm going to do, and this is now going to be my dream. I'm now living the dream. Is it cool to set foot on those two stages?
Yeah, well, listen, I've done 54, Comedy Club 54, when I was a kid coming up watching Comedy Club 54 with Ben Guyatt. I was, that's the echelon. That's comedy. That's stand up. And then you get to a point in your career where you do it and you're like, oh, this hasn't changed much since the 80s. So both Ben Guyatt and the room and the lighting. And that's the place where the bucket fell from the ceiling. So they're not even, updating their ceiling in there. But great venue, great show. Like I was honored to do 54. And then JFL, I've done the Best of the Fest at JFL 42 multiple years in a row. I've done the Best of Absolute Comedy at JFL 42. So, I have these benchmark moments, but I performed at the Laugh Factory in Chicago, like I said, and performed at the Comedy Store in Los Angeles, Sunset Boulevard, Hollywood, California. I opened for Russell Peters there. I opened for Tom Green, Jeremy Hotz, Howie Mandel was on the show, Harlan Williams. Yeah. It was an all-Canadian showcase I did 2 years in a row at the Comedy Store in L.A. Those are benchmark moments. Like, that's the dream, Yeah. And the fact that I don't have another job, like the fact in Canada I don't have another job, I've made it. This is it. I'm done. Right. I can't go any further. Yeah. I make as much money doing stand-up as if I worked in the trades. And I get to watch The Price is Right every day. I've made it. I don't have to. If I live this, I could be fine. But obviously, I have much bigger ambitions. I want, when people ask, what do you want to do? I say, I want to be the biggest comic in the world. Because if you act any less, then you're going to be less. I'm a big believer of, set your own intention, set your own destiny. And I'm just working so hard, and, I'm setting up these shows and they're selling out almost eminently, in some of the cities. And it's like, wow, like I'm a comedian, this is what I do. And, I have the TV shows and the commercials, and I'm on TV in 170 countries in the world on a kid's show called Splat a lot. Yeah. But that's cool. But I'm a stand-up comic, so.
Right. Behind the scenes, it's a big grind, right? People think you just come on stage for an hour and your weekend's done, but you're writing all the time, you're marketing, you're grinding for new opportunities. You're right. It is a full-time job.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, this tour that I'm on now, I put together myself. I have management. I talk to the guy like once a year on the phone. He's like, hey, I'm your manager. I'm like, cool. I'll just do this myself and you can share it on your Instagram page. So, in Canada, you have to do it yourself. You can't wait. You can't wait around for the phone to ring because the phone's not going to ring. LA ain't calling. You got to call them. They're not calling you. They're not paying for the long distance. You know what I mean? To call the Hamilton. So, you have to set it up yourself. I taught myself graphic design. Because I couldn't wait around for any more guys making my posters. I love the graphic designers I worked with, but they're like, yeah, I'll get that to you in like 3 to 5 days. I go, no, I need this right now. Right, it's got to go up. We got to start selling tickets. Let's go. So I taught myself graphic design. I taught myself video editing so I could edit all my own promo work. I'm in this studio in my basement where I do the voiceover stuff. We're like, hey, Timmins, it's comedian Eric Johnston coming to your show, blah, blah, blah. I sound like Kinsman.
I smell a duel at some point.
Coming to you live from the Kins and Klomp show.
Now, Mark, you were all laughing when they said Eric was funnier than me, but now that he has your voice, now you're turning.
Going a little red there, no, but and again, as a Canadian entertainer, you got to be the jack of all trades and the master of all of them to you don't have the money for the admins and all these bookkeepers. You're doing it all.
This is it. I'm my own driver. I'm driving 8 hours to get there on Friday. I mean, like, I got to leave at 6 so I can get there to check in and shower before I do the show.
Not every gig has the airplanes attached to it. Everybody thinks, it must be a cushy job. No, you're actually physically driving yourself. There's no chauffeurs bringing Eric Johnston.
No, there's no private jets in Canadian comedy. And if it is, it's sometimes you get those WestJet flights where you're allowed to walk out to the plane. They don't have the aisle that goes out. You just walk on the tarmac. Probably Timmins. I think I've ever flown into Timmins before.
Guaranteed.
Throw the bag of peanuts at you. Here you go, Eric.
Yeah, you just walk on the tarmac. That makes you feel like you're flying private. And then you get on the WestJet flight and it's a Pepsi can with wings going back to Pearson, and you go, maybe I should have drove. I was on a flight to Timmins it was the smallest plane I've ever been on. It was 2 seats, and then 3 seats, like a short school bus. And there was no door between me and the pilot. I could see the guy working in the front. I don't want to see that. It's too personal. I don't want to see the guy's shoulder.
It feels like one of those old station wagons with the wood trim there. That's what our planes are like.
Yeah, but if you get in a fender bender, it's 30,000 feet down. You know what I mean? So I get a little nervous on those small planes.
So, Kinsman, guess what? We are giving away a couple tickets.
A couple tickets. And before we give away the tickets, tickets are available still at Club 147 here in Timmins. Are we close to a sellout there, Eric? Do you know?
I have no idea because we just pushed to full capacity. My timing for this tour is immaculate. I just said, listen, end of February, I'm starting the tour. I don't care where, I don't care how. I got to start the tour. The restrictions go to full capacity on Thursday. This tour starts on Friday. So, I mean, we were close to pushing to selling out at half capacity, and I think we've sold a bunch more since then.
So now you can open up and have more people in, which is going to be even better. And again, one person is going to win 2 tickets. You're going to put them on your guest list.
Yeah,
Club 147. So all they have to do is put in the hashtag Eric Johnston into our comments, and they have a chance to win 2 tickets
with
to Friday night show.
Yeah, and listen, I see you guys commenting away. If you don't win, you better still buy tickets. I am driving 8 hours through a tundra to make it to Timmins. Listen, tickets are $20. They're available at Casa Bliss Cannabis if you're about that life. Smoke them if you got them, you know what I mean? Go in there, check it out. Otherwise, tickets are available at the actual venue at Club 147. They're selling them at the door there. There will be hopefully it sells out, but we will be available at the door that night.
Okay.
But get there early. Doors open as early as 7, I believe. You can come play and have a couple drinks or whatever, and then the show starts.
It's a great atmosphere. If anybody's never been to Club 147, that is one of the nice bars here in the city. And again, play some pool.
Play some pool. I mean, we got to turn the pool tables off when the show starts because I can't be like, hi, I'm Eric Johnston. Brink in the background. I can't have it. So come play some pool early. Show starts at 9:00 sharp. Tickets are $20. Get them at the venue. Or Ben Nash. Ben Nash is one of the comics on the show, and he's the promoter. He's a great guy. He's got tickets. He's been driving around Timmins and bringing tickets to people's houses. He's a hell of a guy. So message Ben Nash or Club 147. Or Casa Bliss Cannabis, but let's give away 2 tickets right now.
Right.
Do you guys want to do that?
We're going to do that right now, Kinsman. I got to share this screen right here.
Okay. And we'll put the winner in touch with Eric's guest list, and all they have to do is show up Friday night and say,
"Ooh, it's a randomizer."
There we go. Here we go.
Who's going to
ding, ding.
Run with the Bulls comedy tour?
Amanda Roy. She's the one that commented, "I have to go to this show." Well, guess what, Amanda? You're going to the show.
She did it.
There she is. And again, we'll get in touch with Amanda after the show and put her in touch with your guest list, Eric, and we'll get her all hooked up.
Sure. Are we done?
We're done.
No.
I feel like he's going for half an hour nap after this.
Man, to this day, it's just getting started. I did an interview. Actually, I should mention this. I did an hour-long interview with the Timmins Daily News, which is going to be in papers tomorrow. Nice. So check out your local paper place, either your front porch or the convenience store. Grab a copy. I did a fantastic interview with them. Then I did a call into the Sudbury Rock Station. Then I had a meeting for another show here in Hamilton. It's been nonstop today. I'm going to have a beer and watch Love is Blind with my girlfriend and pass out on the couch.
Oh, you're dragged into that too?
Hey, it's my idea, pal. How dare you say I'm dragged?
I could do Hallmark Christmas movies like all December, but this Love is Blind.
Well, here's the thing. We put on one episode to see how silly it is, and then I get hooked into the plot lines. Now we're watching 2 seasons worth, and I'm not getting any work done.
The plot. Do you take a lot of your personal life, like the other half? Does she come into the jokes, or do you?
There's a lot of new stuff about my girlfriend. A lot of my big closing. My closer now is about 10 minutes on her, and my girlfriend's a very successful real estate agent, and I fell in love with her before I realized that she had money, and she fell in love with me before she realized that I didn't. Right. So we're a lovely couple. We balance each other well. It's true love. We're watching Love is Blind tonight, and there's a lot of stuff. And I have some stuff that I only do in Timmins. I've got some material that I only do in Timmins. So come to the show just for that.
Okay.
All right, man. It's going to be an awesome show. Thanks for taking the time. Drive safe, man. And I know that you kick some ass in Timmins on Friday night.
Thank you. I'll see you guys all there. And if you're not coming to the show, make sure you follow me at Eric Johnston Eric with a C, Johnston with a T, WHO. Sound like Kinsman at the end, right?
Way better than Kinsman.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, Eric. We'll see you Friday night. What a cool comic. And again, is Run with the Bull comedy tour Friday night, 9:00, Club 147. And again, Casa Bliss, you can buy your tickets there. And, if they don't sell out, you can buy them at the door. Club 147 on Friday.
Yeah, you got to appreciate a guy like he's taking it on. Some of these folks haven't performed in 2 years, Kinsman, taking it on the road 8 hours.
Bringing his first tour. And again, Canada and the U.S. He's going all over the place. Timmins is his first choice for testing out the material. So the material is going to be fresh. No one's heard it. It's going to be night 1. And again, Friday night, 9:00. And again, Amanda Roy, we're going to get in touch with you right after the show and put you in touch with the guest list for Club 147. Amazing. Looking forward to it. And, it's going to be a good show. And again, Ben Nash, if you follow him on Facebook, he'll deliver the tickets, like Eric said, right to your door.
You were getting a little jealous when you heard his radio voice, right?
Never. He does have good pipes. Again, he's as they say in the entertainment biz, you need to be the master of all the tray, all the hooks where your hats are hanging. You need to be to make some money in this biz. That's what he's doing, and successful at it. 11 years strong and still going. And again, through COVID, it's hard to do a comedy act online, and he's going to bring his show for the first time in person in a few years. Going to be a great kickstart.
Quick question: are the coffee mugs large? Okay, so we're going to be at you're always at the Timmins Rock game, but I'm going to be there on Friday also.
Yeah,
and we're raising money for anti-hunger. The
Anti-Hunger Coalition Timmins, and the other half is going to. The other half is going to the Cap Bay Dip.
Yeah.
So half and half.
So Saturday we're at the Cap Bay Dip, but this is like a part of our fundraiser. So we're going to be selling the mugs. How big are the mugs? Do you have one on you, Kinsman?
You know what? Not yet. I can go and grab one. Can I go grab one?
Let's go grab a mug. Don't drop one while you're coming back to the show there. We're going to have the mugs for sale for $10. We're going to be passing around a donation jar. And I think I'm going to be wearing my costume for the Cap Bay Dip because our shorts are in, pal.
Our shorts are in.
I didn't even tell you.
We're jumping in these. The funny part, you know what? If you're there to watch in person and, of course, our live when we do the Cap Bay Dip, yes, they are white. It's going to be funny to see. Obviously, you're going to see a lot of things beneath. But what
are they going to see beneath? What are they going to see beneath?
What colorful boxes will I choose underneath the white is going to be that's the surprise. But here's the mug. One of our new mugs right there. Kins and Klomp Live, established 2020. So you can have this one. And they're actually quite big. She asked how big the mug is.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that's a bigger than a large brew from your Keurig, and a lot of room for your cream and sugar if you choose. This one a little bit smaller than that one, but just your normal coffee mug. There it is, Kins and Klomp Live, established 2020. And those mugs, you're going to be there peddling those on Friday night.
So I'm going to wear my shorts. So I'm going to wear my full costume to the game. Yeah, $10 in donations, and yes, everything's going back to charity. And we're getting set for Saturday for the Cap Bay Dip. Are you ready?
I am ready. And again, Lori says, "Oh my God, I want one of those mugs." I want a mug. So I think after the Friday night, if you don't make it to the Rock game to get one through buying through donations, we'll definitely add them to our merch site so people can get in touch. You know who made those mugs? My boy's mom. That's Mona Gauthier, and her time in between chemo treatment. She wanted to keep busy, and she's doing that for us. So that's kind of cool.
She did an amazing job. Don't forget now to comment #FullBeard because we are giving someone an opportunity to qualify tonight, win a Full Beard T-shirt, and qualify for the main draw, which is March the 10th. Join us on St. Paddy's Day.
St. Paddy's Day on the 17th,
and we're paying your bill.
We're going to pay the bill. It's going to be a great night. And again, green beer, the Kins and Klomp Live 705 blonde ales are actually going to be green ales that night.
No, they're going to be green ales. There's like a 6-piece band playing, and it's going to be it's always a fun night.
It's going to be a good night. And again, $5. If you don't win your tickets through us, your table, it's $5 to get in. And again, that covers the entertainment for the night.
There it is, Kinsman. And not only are you paying their bill, you're paying my bill. So that's a big bill night for you.
That's a big, big night. And something before we run the contest here. Remember, Jonathan and Benji and the staff at Full Beard. When you go to the night on the 17th, you can bring food from outside. Go and choose your favorite local food, and you can bring it in takeout and eat it at Full Beard. That's how cool Jonathan and Benji are. You can support a local business and, of course, support Full Beard at the same time and enjoy the great night of St. Paddy's Day.
Should I draw the prize, pal?
That's right. Yeah, let's do it. So we got Amanda Roy going to the comedy show. Who's going to be the next qualifier / winner?
Now, do you got all the names? You got all the names written down this time?
I've got all the names written down.
I don't know if you do, kids.
Well, we'll know. My brain is actually pretty photographic, so I will know. Casey Smith. I know Casey has not won.
Casey Smith. There we go. So you're going to get in touch with her. She got a full beard. She gets a full beard T-shirt. She's into the main draw March 10th. And on March the 10th, we're going to draw one more name and then draw the grand prize draw.
Yes, so two chances on that final night. But again, KC will get in touch with you, and then you'll be in touch with Jonathan and Benji down at Full Beard to go in and get your T-shirt. And of course, we'll put her into the ballot for the March 10th draw. Good night.
It is good night. And Eric Johnston this Friday at Club 147.
Club 147.
Cap Bay Dip for us on Saturday.
Yes.
I don't feel like you've prepped for this at all.
I don't. You can't prep for this.
Someone
says if you get there, you'll see the open hole of the water, and if you look at it too long, you're going to psych yourself out. So best to put our trunks on, our capes, whatever, our costumes in full Kins and Klomp gear, and just jump in. Just do it.
Yeah. Is that the best way to do it? Yeah.
I'm going to push you in. You don't want to see someone else do it because then you're going to see how cold they are. You don't want to do that. You don't want to become that. Was that the Olympian? Did you hear that story? The Olympic cross country skier froze his bits during the cross country ski. He picked up the cold medal.
Oh God! You had that joke lined up, didn't you? The cold medal.
Yeah, the cold medal. Can you out of all the stories, everything happening, possible World War III, everything with the convoy, what's happening, and then you see, an Olympic skier freezes his bits while doing the cross country ski. Yeah. He said it was so painful having that thaw out. And I'm like, just reading the story made me quit. I'm like, Jesus Christ, really?
I think he's ready for the Cap Bay Dip. If that happens to me, Kinsman, that's the last promotion I'm doing with you. Okay,
that's right. It's gonna really put the shrinkage into the Cap Bay Dip.
That better not. If I have to go to the hospital.
Wear fleece undies underneath your swim trunks. Well, I'm gonna put something funny underneath. So we'll see what happens.
I don't care. I'm not going to the Timmins hospital and telling them that's the problem. That's going to be Terry's problem to figure out.
Could you imagine? Why is Klompy? You always want that. You want that the big injury. I got that dog bit me or something. Like when I was a kid, the dog bit my hand and whatnot, right? My bit froze.
Your bit.
How many nurses would start laughing at you, right, in the background? You see it on YouTube nowadays. Someone will post it on Facebook.
Right? All right, my dude. I think we covered everything.
Yeah, we covered it all. We want to thank our sponsors tonight. We want to go through our sponsor reel. We can't do this show without our sponsors. So again, thank you to each and every one of them, including Full Beard Brewing, Jonathan and Benji and his crew. Free local delivery, 12 beers plus. Order before 4 p.m. daily. So Eric Johnston, put your order in before you get here, and you can pick it up when you arrive. 705-268-0444. And how about Plant-Based Marché, a vegan grocery and lifestyle store in Timmins, 175 3rd Avenue in Timmins. And I had a little note here I wanted to pass along. They do make all their plant-based cheeses in Timmins. Today, they've got marbled cheddar, white cheddar, dill, garlic chives, extra sharp orange cheddar, and pepper jack and Swiss cheddar. And all their cheeses are made, locally and on sale for $7.99. So go support the ladies. The dream team. And how about V&M Renovations? This is your dream team when it comes to renos in the city. Justin and Matt, if you've got something planned for the spring, free estimates, give them a call now. In fact, they just posted pictures of bathrooms and some decking and some of the work that they've done. So maybe it gives you an idea of what they've done. Some painting in there, some kitchen work. Again, 705-372-3832. They reno it all. And how about Positive Gems Dog Training, Angel Gem? She joined us back on the show the other night. And again, she has private in-home coaching, seasonal group obedience classes, 705-262-2662. And I'm going to stop on this one here because it is Tuesday. Did you know that today is the day where it's all twos? Well, she has a bonus going on. If you go to their website and Angel's website, positivegems.as.me, all her dog training today are 22% off. with the Tuesday, and you can use it at any time. So again, go check out Angel's Facebook page, and come drive for Lucia. Come to the front of the bus. They're looking for February recruiters, and they're looking for March drivers. They're just looking for new drivers. Let's be honest here. We need a lot of drivers to cover all the route, right? 705-360-4090, $2,000 for new drivers, and the current drivers who recruit a new driver will even pick up a $1,000 bonus driver recruitment bonus. That's kind of nice there. So get in touch with Lucian. And how about Anne Drouin at DAP Cleaning Solutions? Commercial cleaning excellence guaranteed here in the city and surrounding area. Cleaning service, carpet cleaner, janitorial service. She's got it all. Stripping, waxing floors, windows, any other cleaning, sanitizing job that you require that you don't want to do. Let's be honest, you've got a messy office somewhere. Get Ann in line for a free quote, 705-465-3500 today. And the Summer Company, this is where the Business Enterprise Center comes into play, where you can become the next, Julia Lemire, and maybe you can create your own summer business. Again, get yourself in touch with the Business Enterprise Center and find out how you can get all the training, you get your mentorship, and you get the roots of all this free training on how you can, earn $1,500 to start and $1,500 at the end of your summer. And again, everything you make in between is gravy. It's all yours. So someone's going to have another. You can see the list of the scholars there and the local entrepreneurs. They all took the course and they all walked away with $3,000 for their summer successes. And again, we're going to be at the Rock game on Friday. Sioux Eagles come to town. It's a 7:30 game time. We want to do something a little bit different on Friday. And again, we're going to be selling our coffee mugs. Again, these beautiful mugs right here. Again, Klomp will be doing the selling part at the front of the arena. And again, taking donations while I'm doing the PA part for the Timmins Rock. And again, game time 7:30 Friday night. Not too often the Sioux Eagles come to town, so let's cheer on the boys and root on the Rock. It's going to be a good game. And again, tickets on sale for that game at TimminsRock.com.
You did it all. Who would have did that better, you or Eric?
I'm going to say Eric probably would have been funnier. He's got the pipes, It's you can tell, he does it all. Yeah. He does all his own audio work. So again, kudos to Eric. He's as they say, the jack of all trades, master of all of them. And again, his show, Friday Night Club 147. If you're looking to have some laughs, Eric Johnston, this is the kickstart for Run with the Bull comedy tour, Canada and the U.S. The first show just happens to be good old Timmins, Ontario. So Eric coming up here in a couple of days, and we'll see him here. It's going to be a fun night. Again, tickets are $20. You can get them at the door or get them at Casa Bliss. Or win them like Amanda Roy did, who picked up 2 tickets tonight.
There you go. Always a winner. And we didn't forget to draw the prize tonight. 2 prizes. We
drew 2 prizes. Good. And again, coming up on Thursdays, we're going to get another prize for qualifying for our St. Patty's night. And we'll toss in tickets to the next Rock game after the Friday game. And then we'll give away movie tickets. So we've got lots of winning to come on the Thursday.
You did it all. Don't spend your whole budget, Kinsman, because you got a big bill coming for me at Full Beard on the 17th.
That's it. I'm fasting between now and then.
All right. Go and enjoy the rest of the night. Don't be playing with your bits, as they say.
Yeah, don't freeze your bits.
Do you remember how it happened? Where we were when we first met? I saw you right there on the corner. Don't think we ever could forget. See, the odds are never in our favor. All our chances are always razor thin. To find someone who looks so good on paper, who's even better when you finally let them in. 'Cause we could have been anywhere in the world back then. Anywhere else. But you were right you felt stuck. I said, all we need is some free time and a little bit of luck. Though the odds